the PBA King of the Lanes. Former Player of the Year Wes Malott currently wears the crown. But two living legends are seeking to dethrone him. The incomparable Norm Duke and the sport's all-time great Walter Ray Williams Jr. Those two are set to battle for the right to take down King Wes. Who will reign supreme? The PBA King of the Lanes is next on FS1. Bolero in Jupiter, Florida hosts the 2020 PBA King of the Lanes. Tonight, we bring you the first of 6 shows in this event. His Highness is here. The reigning PBA King of the Lanes, Big Wes Malott. The names here in Jupiter, Florida, among the best ever. How about the first match out of the gate? Walter Ray Williams Jr., who has the most titles in PBA Tour history, facing 40-time champ Norm Duke, an old rivalry renewed. The winner takes on the Big Nasty himself, the King. Wes Malott, the survivor, is King of the Lanes, at least for now. Welcome, bowling fans, here on FS1 at Jupiter, Florida. Dave Ryan alongside the Hall of Famer, Randy Peterson. Randy, this first match is a battle of legends, a battle of titans. Should be fantastic bowling between Walter Ray and Norm. They've got 87 career titles and 15 majors. Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be an epic battle. I mean, it's almost like watching Ollie and Frazier or Bird and Magic going at it. I mean, these two players, top 3 all-time in wins. Norm, number 3 with 40 tour titles. And Walter Ray, arguably the greatest of all time. He sits at the top of that list with 47 titles. The winner of this match will face His Royal Majesty. That's right, the King. King Wes Malott is back, the King of the Lanes. And what a performance back in 2009 when this man bowled not 1, but 2 300 games during his 5-day reign as King. Here's another great stat for you, Dave Ryan. Throughout the 5 days of this competition in 2009, he averaged 276 for the event. His opponents, just 228, and that's why he's wearing the crown.
Randy, who better to interview the King himself, Wes Malott, than our very own Kimberly Pressler, former Miss USA. Your Majesties, take it away.
Thank you so much, Dave. So I decided to bring my Miss USA crown, dust it off, because I was going to be interviewing royalty tonight. But let's be honest, I actually wore it. So when I interviewed you, Wes, I looked a little bit taller. But you look good sitting on that throne. You have been the King of the Lanes for 10+ years now. But you have 2 OGs gunning for that crown. You know, are you going to be able to reign supreme and win it all tonight?
Well, Kim, that's obviously why we're all here. Honestly, for me, I'm just glad to be back on the lanes. You know, I know we've had some events on the lanes I haven't been a part of, but get on the lanes, be able to compete. Obviously, 2 of the greatest to ever roll a bowling ball down the lane is who I'm looking at going against. Really, it's no different than back in 2009. It was 10 of the best bowlers that year that I competed against, and I was able to take them all down. So let's just hope that wave is still alive, and I can get on it and ride it for the next few days here.
Well, you did it in grand fashion with 2 300, so good luck to you tonight, and we will see you in the finals.
Thanks, Kim.
Your Highness, thank you. Odds are now live on Fox Bet and available in Colorado and Pennsylvania, and are presented for entertainment purposes in all other states.
I was going to take it off, of course.
Wes will watch from his throne, Randy. And we get to talk about this guy, Norm Duke.
Oh, Norm Duke, when we talked about it in the Open with 40 wins, 7 career majors. How about 2 PBA 50 majors? The wee Iceman cometh tonight.
Here we go. Time to bowl from Jupiter, Florida. All 10 back for Norm Duke.
Hard to believe that Walter Ray's last PBA Tour title came in 2010, but it was the Masters. Winningest player in history, 8 majors to his credit, 3 PBA 50 titles last season. And guess what, Dave Ryan? He's made almost $5 million in his career.
So great to see Walter Ray back in action. Now 60 years old. He told us this week what I'm most proud of is the 25 years of dominance on the PBA Tour. Walter Ray's back on TV. Got a strike.
You can see by strike track right here how much straighter Walter Ray's going to go than Norm Duke. Duke was like 16 to about 7, and Walter Ray's going to go pretty straight right around second arrow.
Walter Ray lives cross-state, about 2.5 hours. Oxford, Florida, not too far from the Villages. Great bowling country here in the Sunshine State. And the two legends are back on TV head-to-head. Perfect shot, Walter Ray.
Come on.
Hey, Wes Malott, Randy Peterson here in the booth. That crown looks a little tight. Is it cutting off the circulation yet?
It's definitely a little tight, Randy, but you know what? I think it fits, looks pretty good on me, actually.
You like somebody in this match?
Well, both playing a little straighter, but both put 10 back, all 3 shots, so.
Playing it close to the vest for now. And the first non-strike of the match as the 10 is tapped but does not fall there for Norm Duke.
Much straighter on the right lane, as you can see by our strike track numbers. Very similar to the line Walter Ray is playing.
Now fans are seeing the golden pin in the pin deck. If it's in the head pin position. As Norm goes across the lane, look out. Oh, he missed the 10. Footwork issues. It's an open frame.
Yeah, not good, especially since Walter Ray already doubled. See what happens here with his footwork. Yep, something happened. Almost looked like he's stuck.
If that golden pin's in the head pin position with a strike, Randy,
yeah.
Everyone in America.
Wait, what? What?
Everyone in America who wants a free game of bowling will get one courtesy of Go Bowling. So the golden pin,
that's incredible.
Head pin position and a strike on our show here tonight. Keep an eye on that.
Much different line on that left lane, so that tells me immediately the left lane is. You can see these beautiful lines right here and that nice straight level arm swing. Really the only thing that has changed over the years for Walter Ray Williams Jr. is maybe just a little less knee bend. Front 3 for the winningest player in the history of the sport.
Looking for a 4-bagger to start things off here. He'll do it. He is in the groove, Randy. It's just like old times. You know, I call a lot of these battle of the Titan matches between these two legends back in the day, and it's fun to see these guys on the lanes again.
Well, they've bowled against each other 13 times on 13. TV. Duke winning 6 of those times. But Duke also bowled 300 at him at the 2003 PBA Geico Earl Anthony Classic in Tacoma, Washington. Duke's in serious trouble early on. He better get on that gravy train with biscuit wheels.
Better happen now. You're right about that. Here's all 10 back. This is a 1-game match. Let's see who takes on the reigning king of the lanes.
Down by 30. Come on.
Winner of that match moves on to the next show. Loser goes home. Norm tells us he still loves to compete.
There you go. Cuts it back down to, or takes the deficit back to 22. But Walter Ray firmly in the driver's seat right now and working on the front 4. He keeps striking. There's nothing the Duke can do about it.
7-time PBA Player of the Year. How about that? Obviously active in bowling and horseshoe pitching. Right lane. That's a high shot. Look out. 6, 7, 10.
Wow,
Big
man,
change.
I like that one. Got a little slow, I guess.
Big challenge.
All right, Walter Ray is going to try to get his bowling ball over here to the right side of that 6 pin and slide and cut that 6-pin over into the 7.
Dang it. Come on.
After the great start, a new match now. Tough one. Cross lane, 7 stands, open frame. Left lane, if any player balls a strike with that gold head pin, there it is. Everyone in America can receive a free game of bowling at GoBowling.com. Register for a Go Bowling Free America coupon. Bowling centers across the country are making sure you feel safe and comfortable, so they'll be ready when you're ready to get back to the lanes.
Bro, there's like 1 million people rooting for Walter Ray right now.
Everyone is locked in.
Come on, Walter Ray.
Go Bowling, Golden Strike.
Yeah!
America, you're welcome.
Yeah, Walter Ray. Everybody in America loves you.
I know you're watching.
That is awesome.
Norm Duke, well, he climbed his way back into it with the last 3 strikes in a row. Walter Ray gave him a little bit of an opening, but lots more to come right here in Jupiter, Florida.
Excitement here in Jupiter, Florida, as Walter Ray in the 6th frame gives everyone in the nation a free game of bowling. But Norm Duke's thinking about the win and another strike. Make it 4 in a row, and the lead by 3 pins, Randy, for Norm Duke.
Yeah, lead change. And Norm Duke with that open frame in the 2nd, right back in this. Max score for Norm Duke is 268. Max score for Walter Ray Williams Jr., 265. Throwing an Omega Crux, hooking a ball in his arsenal.
Norm looks for the 5-bagger left lane. He has got it, crunching all 10 into the pit. Another strike for Duke. And now a 13-pin lead as the king, His Highness, observes from his royal throne.
You know what he's going to say about the loser, don't you? Off with his head! The king has spoken. Walter Ray Williams Jr. throwing a prism warp.
Tackett the 3, 10-pin, no.
Wow, such a great start, and then that shot that kind of fooled Walter Ray where he went through the nose, and then he paid dearly for it by leaving the big split. This time just a little quitter 10-pin.
Walter Ray competed over the weekend. A regional won by Tom Doherty in Tampa. Finished top 5. Said he bowled well. Been competitive. Just loves to be out there. This week, Fox Saturday Baseball is back. The Cubs clash with the Brewers at 1. The Dodgers battle the Giants at 4. And the Yankees face the World Series champion Nationals at 7. Celebrate the return of baseball with a special triple-header Saturday only on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Can't wait to watch my Dodgers again.
So excited. I'm a Mets fan. Baseball
Sorry to hear that.
back. Walter Ray, that's a high shot. 3-6-10. One-game match, Randy. Got to figure it out fast, too.
Well, you can see that was definitely inside of target down lane, and that follow-through kind of suggested that. Norm Duke is in a really good spot now.
They're old rivals, longtime friends. It'll help on the 10-pin. They live about 45 minutes apart here in Florida. For years, they were golfing buddies as well. Long-time rivals. Duke is hot. Got a 16-pin lead. And I believe we have another golden pin, Randy. There are in the head pin and 2-pin positions. Can Norm give the nation another free game? How about it, Normie? You better believe it.
More free bowling!
More free
bowling!
The Go Bowling Golden Strike. Not once, but twice in this match. One from each Walter Ray and from Norm Duke.
Great shot there by Normie. Now it's a 6-bagger, firmly in command, heading into the 9th frame. 26-pin lead can increase to 36. Norm Duke is in the 230s right now. Walter Ray can still strike out for 232. A strike here and a spare in the 10th frame. Duke is going to take on the king.
Looks for another one. Stays red hot.
What a comeback.
36-pin lead for Norm Duke. Running away with it here.
Walter Ray doesn't strike on this ball. It's basically over. Duke is down the 240s. He just needs a mark of any kind if Walter Ray strikes out.
Get it right. 7-bagger for Norm. Foundation frame for Walter Ray works on a spare. Got to be strike city for him. 10-pin again. Not fine.
Yeah, really? A lot better than that.
Norm Duke is going to face the reigning king of the lanes, Wes Malott. It's great to see Walter Ray back on TV, though.
Sure is. I mean, we have not called one of these matches in a long time. Walter Ray, very active on social media these days. His horseshoe pitching, he's top 40 in the nation in horseshoes, and bowling practice sessions can get 100,000 followers and live viewers for his practice sessions on Facebook.
That's crazy.
He just puts the camera near the stake for horseshoes, and at his local bowling center here in Florida, 100,000 people want to watch him practice live. It's amazing.
So good for so long. I think his first year on tour was 1986. Could be mistaken, but I remember back when I was a kid bowling 10 gamers in Southern California against Walter Ray. He grew up in Pomona. And we used to do a little bit of bowling together back before we were both really on full-time on tour.
Wow.
Walter Ray's advice, the young bowlers now, learn some trick shots. Learn more than just your standard way to get to the 1-3 pocket for the right-handers.
You know that Walter Ray is the only player that's bowled a 300 game with using his thumb and a 300 game two-handed without his thumb in PBA competition.
It's amazing. Walter Ray, fantastic, my friend, to see you on TV once again.
Sure is.
211 for the legend. All-time leader in tour titles in his great career. That was when we asked him this week what he's most proud of. He said the longevity, just that amazing stretch of dominance for a guy who really didn't get going with pro bowling till after college.
Yeah.
He told us this week, growing up in California, he didn't know collegiate bowling existed.
Right.
How about that? This one over now, as Norm has mathematically clinched it. And
whoa, hang on.
the head pin.
More free bowling. Come on, Norm.
Come on, free bowling.
Could we have 3 in this game? Possibly.
I wonder if the mechanic's doing that on purpose in the back. Dropping that head pin in the number 1 slot.
Come on, Norm, how about it? Yeah!
Oh, man, this is getting expensive.
Go bowling, golden strike again.
Hey, Duke, don't think I'm not going to take my 3 free games. I'm going to get those.
Be sure to go to gobowling.com and register for a Go Bowling Free America coupon. Bowling centers across the country, making sure you feel safe and comfortable, so they'll be ready to get back to bowling when you are as well. Thanks to all those great folks for supporting us tonight and providing all the great bowling as well.
Nice
Elbow
bowling
bump.
against you once more time.
Got to be safe.
Come on, guys.
Thank you, Josh.
Norm was something else. Kimberly, joined by Norm Duke.
Thanks, Dave. So it is time for Do You Know the Pros? And it is sponsored by Go Bowling. So do you know which pro actually used to have a superstition that involved using the restroom? Yes, you heard that question correctly. Now, was it Kyle Troop, Jesper Svensson, Bill O'Neill, or Pete Weber? All right, guys, we're going to give you the answer to that when we get back from the break. Welcome back to the PBA King of the Lanes, and now it's time to give you the answer to that Do You Know the Pros question, sponsored by Go Bowling. So did you pick who it was that was a little bit superstitious about something that involved using the restroom? Well, it was none other than Bill O'Neill, and here he is with a little explanation about that.
Like when I was kind of first starting out, you know, bowling for as a profession, I was a little more superstitious, and I used to have one where when I would have to go to the bathroom, I would have to use the same stall every single time. There were no matter what, and if somebody was in there, I had to wait, and I just waited and waited and waited until I had to use that one. So as I've grown older, I've gotten rid of all those kind of silly things, and you know, just kind of became more of an adult.
I have to be honest, guys, I don't think I have ever heard a superstition that involved using the restroom whatsoever. I am now joined by Miss Coley, the PBA CEO. Did you get the correct answer here?
You know what, I didn't, and I didn't even need to know that. I would have been fine without knowing about that superstition.
All right, well, let's bring this back here and talk about this event, because you have finally brought back the King of the Lanes after 10 plus years. Why did you decide to do that?
Yeah, a few reasons, Kimberly. First of all, I want to see these guys bowl. We got some of the best in the game. Walter Ray, Pete Weber. I haven't been able to see them, so I wanted to see them. But second of all, safety. We're still in the middle of a pandemic, and this is a really great event for social distancing. This format only has a couple guys out there, so it's super safe. And last of all, fun. America needs fun. What more fun than the PBA King of the Lanes?
Absolutely, and this has been a lot of fun to watch. I cannot wait to get back to the final.
I'll tell you what, I'm kind of with Coley. I could have gone the rest of my life not hearing about Bill O'Neill's bathroom issues.
Would have been fine by me as well. But we've got great bowling ahead, Randy. Can't wait, right?
Wes Malott and his current doubles partner, they're going to go at it. We'll see if Norm Duke can unthrow the current king.
Wes Malott, Norm Duke, head-to-head. Now, did you say unthrown before or dethroned?
You mean going to break? No,
Yeah.
I said dethroned. You heard
did?
it wrong. Yeah.
My mistake.
Yeah, you heard it wrong. Yeah, dethroned. Unthrown, dethroned, it's all the same. He's trying to knock that guy out of that gold chair. A couple more practice shots before we get underway for the king match.
I love it. Covering some practice.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
cool.
Walter Ray Williams, Walter Ray 211, Duke 267, but the big nasty Wes Malott. You know, when he did the interview with Kimberly Pressler, it truly was Beauty and the Beast. But here you see him winning his 2013 United States Open for his lone major. PBA Player of the Year back in 2008, 2009, the big nasty Wes Malott.
10 career titles for the big guy. More than $1.3 million in earnings.
You should sit over there still. It's on the side too much.
Norm thinks he should be on
Good
the
luck,
throne.
partner.
Right?
You too, bud.
Should be a great match. And Wes Malott, by the way, is a big, big guy. I'm thinking 6'5", what do you got, 250?
He might be taller than 6'5". He might be taller than 6'5".
I mean, wow.
Maybe 6'6". Big dude.
Norm Duke gets us started in this match, leaves a 10-pin. Norm told us pre-match he's thrilled to be out here again. Loves the chance to compete on TV. Got his 10-pin.
The last two times, or the last time these guys met was back in 2019, the Indianapolis Open, and Norm Duke defeated Wes Malott en route to winning that tournament.
2 titles in 2019 for Normie. 56 years old. And a big tall Texan is back up here. Wes Malott comes a little high, but gets all 10 down. Wes told us yesterday during his practice session that he's had a chance to compete despite the coronavirus shutting down a lot of bowling centers nationwide. He's getting plenty of practice, felt good, felt ready for his defense of royalty here tonight.
I love when you do that royalty thing, and then you bow at me.
There's a lot of bowing going on here at the booth.
3-6-10, pretty easy. Cover all 3 pins with the bowling ball. Right there, get that bowling ball right into that spot. It'll ricochet off of the 3 and cover the 6-10. Just like that.
Covers nicely. 3-6-10. Guaranteed rate, spare the game rating. Nice cover by Wes Malott cross lane.
Yep, made it look easy.
Norm, right lane, you better believe it. He's in that 1-3 pocket. 60 feet to success for Norm Duke. He stays hot after blasting fellow legend Walter Ray Williams Jr. in the first match.
Duke's lined up. He knows what the lanes are giving him. It's just a matter of whether or not he can get the corner out. Wes, well, he hasn't figured out that left lane yet. Of course, he's only thrown 1 shot in practice, so see how long it takes him to get there.
How about that? 18 years old. Been dominant for a long time. Dominant here tonight in Jupiter, Florida as well. Norm's season really derailed by the quad injury suffered in Texas. The Hall of Fame Classic won by Tommy Jones with the 300 game in the final. After being inducted in the Hall of Fame to begin the 2020 season. He told us it took several weeks to get back in playing shape. West didn't like that one at all, but he'll take the 10 back.
That one came back from Boca.
Comfy. Come on.
That's about as far right as we've seen a ball down lane right there. About the 4th board to the right. That's a nice break if he can now turn it into something. By the way, Dave, Boca's south of here, in case you didn't know.
I do know. I live in Melbourne.
That's right.
North
You would know. You've got pretty good geometric skills for the state.
Much better shot.
Oh, he likes it.
That better. That's why. Wow. Crunching 10 back into the pin. Those pins had no chance, Randy.
You're right. Hey, Wes Malott, what adjustment did you make on that left lane?
Randy nerves getting me the first couple shots. A little slow, a little grabby. I did need to move on that left lane, though. I did move one and just told myself find the tempo and best shot of the game. So hopefully we can carry that on here for the next 6 frames.
Thank you, Wes.
Back to Norm, right lane. You bet. He is on fire right now. Look at the numbers and look at the effort here for Duke. Got the turkey after a tremendous run against Walter Ray with a 7-bagger.
Straighter is greater, especially when you're 56 years old, and Norm Duke's proving that he can still bowl. Get him on the right pattern, the right format, where he doesn't have to throw it over the left gutter cap, and Norm Duke can still win out on this tour. He proved it last year.
Looks for another one. 5th frame, go up by 20 pins. Yes. Stays hot. Maybe it's all that working out he told us about. More than an hour a day. Lots of stretching, lots of cardio. He felt ready pre-match to make a run at the King tonight. His Majesty tries for the turkey.
Beauty there.
And cuts it to 10 pins. More count up. We're on FS1. King of the Lanes. Can't wait to watch
There. Wes Malott not giving Norm Duke any breathing room at all. It's Louis Iceman against the Big Nasty in Jupiter, Florida. And it's also a strike fest. Both players with 4-baggers. Lots more action to come right here on FS1.
King of the Lanes rolls on from Jupiter, Florida, here on FS1 Live. Coverage continues. Hey, junior bowlers, head to PBA.com to sign up today for the first ever PBA Junior National Championship Tournament. Earn smart scholarships and become a PBA youth champ. PBA Junior, the first PBA club for bowlers 17 and younger. Check PBA.com for more. That is exciting.
Can't wait for that event, man. It's going to be awesome.
Speaking of awesome, look at these numbers. Max scores
Big shot.
for Norm 290, for the King 280. Norm wants to dethrone Wes Malott, the reigning King of the Lanes.
Did you say dethrone?
I did. 10-pin.
Pretty good shot out of the commercial break. It's what the players struggle with the most out here on tour under the bright lights is, you know, that weight. It really can throw a wrench into the momentum engine. But Norm Duke makes a pretty nice shot here, only to leave that ring in 10. Look at that tracer on the lane. I love that.
Cool?
I love clutch stuff. Clutch bowling, man, it's awesome.
Strike streak over for Norm at 4,
Great
so
shot.
it's a 1-pin lead. Anyone's match here.
Great.
2 titles a year ago on the Go Bowling PBA Tour. Now 56 years young, the legend continues to tell his story on the lanes. He's healthy, quad injury, all done now. Trying to stay dominant here. Another good break. 10-pin tripped.
All right, buddy.
He gave that one the business. I mean, for Norm, came around the corner nicely and 10 in the pip. Wes Malott right now can, it says that on your board it's a 1-pin deficit for Duke. Malott by 1 can increase it to 21 with 2 more strikes.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
7th frame didn't like it, but that turned out just fine. Good ball reaction down lane for the big nasty 10 in the pit.
A little bit left to target, but might be a little bit of hold that's been created down lane. Didn't like it, comes away with a strike and a 5-bagger. That's always a good thing. His Royal Majesty now looking for a 6-pack.
Hoping for a 6-bagger in the 8th.
Oh my goodness.
No,
The lane.
no.
Even moved one.
His lines look pretty good. The numbers here look pretty good. And
6,
this
7,
ball
9,
just
10
breaks loose. Boy, does he pay for it. That's the Greek church. And that lead is gone. Max score now 241. Duke can still shoot 269. Remember, Duke shot 267 in game 1.
Those are the ones that have to happen.
Army.
Oh. Interesting pin action there. That puts Norm in the 230s. One more strike puts him in the high 240s. Right now, Wes Malott may need to have to call in a code red to win this match.
Max numbers, Duke by 18. Foundation frame. Looks for 3 in a row. 28-pin lead. 10-pin. Gets a knock. Down it goes. Normie in great shape.
Takes full advantage of that open by Wes Malott. Norm Duke 1 frame away from wearing the crown. See the rotation on that ball, and then the 6-pin giving the 10 the love tap.
9-pin for Wes.
We have a new king.
That's it.
Well, I mean, Norm has to stay
Those are
upright.
pretty good shots.
I think he'll manage that. We're to call it a win for Norm Duke. And the king of the lanes is about to lose his royal position upon the throne.
There goes the crown, the robe, the scepter, and that nice chair.
Max numbers empty for now, but Norm is going to sit in that. On the next broadcast coming up on FS1,
Yep.
Simonson and Tackett will battle the young guns to try to get to Norm, who will be the new king.
Say, come on, be right. Hey, can I get a re-rack so I can get a gold pin?
Who wants to give everyone a free game, right?
Yeah,
like
there's
it.
none in
I
that
do
rack.
too.
There's 2 of them that are coming up. Love the way you think. Got to take the odds. I mean, I'm lined up now, so.
While we're waiting, we know
Watch
that
it be gold
COVID-19 has
Where are they at?
limited access to sports and play for millions of kids nationwide. So
don't
Fox
worry,
Sports
I'll
is
use
teaming up with Good Sports to restore play, part of the Restore Play campaign. To learn more about bringing sports and play back to children in need, visit goodsports.org. Well, 7-10, and he'll whiff on the 10 pin.
Come on, Normie.
His kingdom
Norm
is no
Duke
more. His
will
kingdom is gone.
vanquish His Highness.
Norm Duke has stormed the castle and has taken over the crown.
Right lane for Norm.
Yeah, I bowled real nice today, Norm
Sure
did.
E.
So he is the King of the Lanes winner in this show, but there's a long way to go. A total of 6 shows here in FS1 to eventually declare the king or queen of the lanes. You've got some PWBA stars as well
We do.
in the mix.
Exciting matchup coming up after this with E.J. Tackett and Anthony Simonson. 2 of the most powerful players on the tour. Norm Duke is your winner. The
love you,
Duke
Ron.
becomes the king.
The Duke of Bowling,
Thank you. King
His
seat.
Majesty. Go to your throne, sir. Looks good on
I've
you,
watched
Norm.
Wes Malott with his wand
Oh boy.
for
Royal Scepter.
He's gonna make
long.
Wes Malott a knight.
he's got a grip
Good
on
night.
it. It's him perfect.
Fantastic bowling for Norm Duke. Not just Walter Ray Williams Jr., but dethrones the king of the lanes himself. The big, nasty Wes Malott goes down. Great bowling action on FS1 tonight. The new king, at least for now. Norm Duke, you looking good there, Normie. I love the crown, the scepter, the royal robe.
I can't breathe in this thing.
We appreciate safety first and social distancing. Dave and Randy recapping Normie's great night. RP, what do you think?
Well, he was never challenged, really. I mean, 267 out of the gate. And then Wes Malott gave him that big opening when he Greek churched on the string of strikes. And then Norm did just, you know, what he had to do. He threw a lot of strikes. He rebounded nicely after that missed 10 pin. And it was all Norm Duke tonight.
Kimberly joined by the finalists.
I sure am. So, Wes, let's start with you because you guys had a really good match going on. And then that 8th frame came. What happened?
Well, Kim, I mean, I came out of commercial. I struck on the right lane, got a little lucky, missed left, but I even made an adjustment on the left lane because it hooks a little bit more than the right lane, and I guess it just wasn't enough. I mean, Norm even asked me after the match. He goes, "That was your best shot, wasn't it?" And it was a pretty good shot, and just unfortunate.
I know that it is tough when you don't walk away the winner, but you lost today to this guy right here. And he was a little emotional during the break. He did not want to put all of this on in front of you because you've been the king for so long. So what was it like going up against him? And if you had to lose, did you want to lose to this guy?
Well, yes.
I'm standing right here, by the way.
You know
No
what?
pressure. No
As we all
pressure.
know, Norm and I have been doubles teammates for quite some time now. Earlier this year, He's like, Wes, I'm folding it up. You can go. But last night he told me I'm back. And, I mean, obviously I knew he wasn't going anywhere. So if I'm right, he told me last night, I'm in if you're in, Norm. Are we good?
We're good.
We're back
on
in.
television. You can't.
Confirmation.
Hey, I'm good.
You're
I
in?
love it. I
Oh,
love it. I love it.
It's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. So, Norm, let's talk to you for a second here, because during our interviews this week, you actually told me that you wanted to make it to the finals to go up against Wes, not just because you wanted to win this. What were those reasons?
My love for Wes is, I can't even talk because he's one of the greatest people I've ever met, and he's one of the greatest bowlers. And when we're together, I'm just happier. I'm just happier. So, you know, I didn't want to take all the garp from him. I've been watching him sit in that king's seat all this time. I wanted to be there, but I didn't want to get it from him, you know?
Well, you know what? You do look good in that, and it's always good to be happy. But don't get too comfortable, because you're going to have to defend that crown very, very soon.
I'm comfortable.
Guys, thank you. We can't wait for the next PBA King of the Lanes here on FS1. Simonson, Tackett, the Contenders, and the winner takes on the current King of the Lanes, Norm Duke. Now for the entire crew, Kimberly Pressler and the Hall of Famer Randy Peterson. Dave Ryan saying so long for now from Jupiter, Florida, but more great bowling is coming up here on FS1. Tackett and the winner to face this guy, Norm Duke, the legend with 40 career PBA Tour titles. The Hall of Famer is the King of the Lanes. Who will be the PBA King of the Lanes? Norm Duke currently wears the crown, but two of the tour's young guns are seeking the red-hot Anthony Simonson and former PBA Player of the Year, E.J. Tackett. Those two are set to battle for the right to take down Norm. Who will reign supreme? The PBA King of the Lanes is next on FS1. Welcome back, bowling fans, to Bolero in Jupiter, Florida, for continuing coverage of the 2020 PBA King of the Lanes on FS1. The first of 6 shows is complete in a battle of legends. Walter A. Williams Jr. and Norm Duke. Well, as Normia took that one, and then he took down the king, Wes Malott. Tonight's show, we move from legends to young stars. 13-time titleist E.J. Tackett takes on the young two-hander, the Texan Anthony Simonson, a 2-time major champ. The new king, after dethroning Wes Malott, is the legend Norm Duke. The Hall of Famer is smiling, at least for now. He's got the crown. Welcome back, everyone, to Jupiter, Florida, and Bolero. This is Dave Ryan, joined by Randy Peterson, my Hall of Fame broadcast partner, Kimberly Pressler, as well in a moment. RP, that was fun to watch a few moments ago here in Jupiter as Norm Duke runs the table against a couple of tremendous bowlers. Now he'll sit and wait as the new king of the lanes and watch these two great stars go head-to-head.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty nice to watch Norm do what he did. And, you know, I learned last year that nothing Norm Duke does surprises me. Remember when he went back-to-back on the dual oil patterns? But, you know, just a few minutes ago, we saw that he still has plenty in the tank. There's a strike that gave all of America some free bowling, which is always nice. But he averaged over 255 in his 2 games. So, Norm, he still knows how to play. Now, he's going to go up against the winner of match number 1 that features 2 of the most powerful players on this tour and 2 of the winningest players on this tour in Anthony Simonson and E.J. Tackett. E.J. Tackett has as many tour wins as I did throughout my entire career, and he's only 27. Anthony Simonson is the youngest player to ever win a major at age 19, and then he did it again at age 21. So I would say young guns is an understatement.
Tremendous stars, and what a first match this is going to be. We can't wait to watch those guys go head-to-head. But first, we need to hear from Norm Duke, the current King of the Lanes, with Kimberly Preston.
I sure am, and Norm, you're looking good in that crown, but you know what? You can't get too comfortable because those 2 powerhouse guys behind you are gunning for that crown. So you get a little bit of downtime. You get to watch their match. Are you ready to keep that crown tonight?
Man, I'm ready. I'm bowling against kids that are younger than my son, and I love it. How could you not like this? Look at me, I'm wearing a crown. Wore the right color shirt, the whole deal.
It matches. It's like you knew you were going to walk away the king tonight. All right, well, it looks like we're going to get to some matches, guys.
Hey, Dave Ryan, there's the line on this Fox Bet. It's the Fox Bet Sports book, and it's all even. Odds are now live on Fox Bet and available in Colorado and Pennsylvania and are presented for entertainment purposes in all other states. Fox Bet odds. Minus 110, minus 110. I'm not good at math, but that looks pretty even to me. Well, I talked about it in the stand-up. The youngest player to ever win a major. He won the Masters at age 19. And also the youngest to win 2 majors. He did that at age 22, winning the Players' Championship in Columbus, Ohio.
Contenders match about to begin. Now, what a matchup between Simonson and Tackett. Playing Simonson, you bet. Great start. Norm's in the Hall of Fame. These two are headed to the Hall of Fame ready one day.
There's no question about it that as long as these guys stay healthy, they're both Hall of Fame bound. How about E.J. Tackett's 2019 campaign? He made over $170,000 and he only won one time.
Barbasol PBA Tour Finals. Little shave and cream celebration. We call that one fun to watch. That was in Vegas about a year ago. Comes in high, baby split, and the 310 stands. This year, EJ could not defend his title, something he's never done in his career. Tour Finals won by Couture.
Yeah, he was a bit out of sorts a couple of days ago and just didn't look quite comfortable. Great cover. And we saw Simonson do so many different things in that event, throwing a backup ball, then he throws it one-handed with his thumb in the weight hole of his bowling ball. By the way, for those folks out there that actually bowl in sanctioned leagues, weight holes will now be outlawed in, I think, in about 7 to 10 days. August 1st? I'm being told August 1st. So no more extra holes in a bowling ball.
Far player of the year. That's a little high, though. 3-6 up. EJ looking for some answers early in this match.
Yeah, he's
Got a bowl.
I think he's just going to keep moving deeper and deeper, farther to the left until he gets the ball to quiet down just a bit.
27 years old. Couple of majors, couple of pins down there. Also an outstanding scratch golfer. Great athlete. Norm watches from his throne. The new king of the lanes. Simonson, Little Elm, Texas, hometown, but he's moved to Vegas in the last couple of months, working hard on a brand new bowling center on the business side. For Simon, has been busy with that. 7-pin.
A little slower. I think he just mumbled a little slower. Good news for E.J. Tackett, though, that Simonson didn't double up there. Norm Duke, the reigning king, will take on the winner of this match.
Has his mark. Now, in the last broadcast here in FS1, we saw not 1, not 2, but 3 strikes with a golden pin in the head pin position. Thanks to Go Bowling, a free game of bowling for anyone nationwide. Norm had one of those. What do you have, 2?
I think he had 2.
That was fun. I just want to hear you say free bowling again.
Hey, you know what my motto is?
Which one?
Whoa. Free rhymes with me. I'll take 3.
2-10 trouble here for Simo.
Well, he's probably going to use a backup ball to shoot this. He's been practicing a lot with that technique. Watch for it. He's going to curve it from the left side of the lane, I do believe. Yep,
Here goes, backup ball. And he converts. It's off the side wall and gets to the 10. What a shot for Anthony Simonson. Spectacular. The guaranteed rate. Spare of the game, Randy. Wow.
Well, I told you it was coming, and he's been working on it. Guaranteed rate, spare of the game right there, folks. Shot there by E.J. Tackett. I could go to him real quick if you want. I'll go to him. Far to the right. So I think it was probably just a miss. There you go.
2-8 double Wood does cover nicely. That's a spare he needs here against Simonson.
I got my talk back.
Dang it.
Dave says there's something wrong with Dave.
Arsenal for Simonson. You saw the breakdown. Max numbers, big score here possible. Whoa, way high and a lot left. 3, 4, 6, 7, 10. Tough conversion.
He's going to try to get his bowling ball over here into the right side of the 3-pin and then drive that 3 right over here into the 4-7.
No backup ball this time, and a chop pin and leaves what would be the big 4. So just a 6-pin count. And wow, that's tough for Simonson. It's a game changer, down by 19 pins.
Crazy. 5-1. So it's like 2 open frames, Dave. He loses. He gets the open frame and he loses count. He goes from 193 pace to a 179 pace. It's almost like 2 open frames in the same frame.
Backup ball.
How about a backup ball for a strike?
That was amazing. This guy is a tremendous bowler.
Anthony, why the backup ball now, and are you going to stay with it on both lanes for the rest of the game?
I didn't think I've made 3 bad shots in a row. I don't know, to me, this seemed like they're a little early, so I'm going to go ahead and stick with it on both lanes.
Thank you.
Tackett, top 19 now. This is the mark. Out of that 1-3 pocket, 3-6-10 up here for EJ. As the lanes transition, things are changing for these great bowlers. The strategy comes into play.
See that rev rate of 517. It's the highest we've seen tonight.
Is he having a footwork issue here?
No. And
open frame, misses the 10.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't want it, you take it.
Really?
No, I don't want it, you take it. Chops the 3-6 off of the 10. And looking at the floor, he's looking at like, okay, why is my ball doing what it's doing, right? So it's, where should I stand? What target should I look at? What should I do next? He goes high on the left lane, makes an adjustment, goes light, gets it too far right, gets it in, it goes high. He's just trying to figure him out.
And the king is observing and thinking strategy for his game when he comes up against the winner in the next match.
That's a ball change, and it's 9.
EJ searching. 2-pin stands for Tackett.
Must be hard.
Tried to go straighter, and it just never grabbed the lane. Right now, Norm Duke is thinking he's going to be served a feast fit for a king. Remember, Norm averaged over 255. Our guys right now are at 184 and 179. They need to figure something out quick.
Five-pin match. Simonson steps up in the 6th. Works on a strike to take the lead. Backup ball, just like he said, and it crosses over. I call that the Bronx shot. Whew. It's the inside-out backup ball.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I understand. That one certainly crossed over. You got it way to the right, way right of target. That one had no chance. Hey.
Takes care of business with a spare. But had a chance to take a lead. They're the max numbers.
All right, we got one good shot.
Norm Duke, what do you see out there? What's going on? You have your earpiece in, Norm?
Yeah, I do. You know, they're tightening up down lane. I know that. That's why I went straight on the right lane. I stayed where I was on the left lane. But I think they've gotten a little tighter, and the guys are struggling.
Thanks, Norm.
Backup ball, left lane. There you go.
And
10 back for Simo.
Sorry, Dave. And to Norm's point, that's an advantage for Norm because he can go much straighter, and he can really keep the ball on line. And with his real low rev rate, his ball may not see that same wet dryness, or that dryness to the right and that slickness to the left that EJ and Simonson are seeing. Look at that. I mean, he cannot believe that ball didn't go right of the head pin.
So cross it over. That's the traditional Brooklyn strike for EJ Tackett. We saw it finished behind Anthony Simonson, runner-up to Jason Belmonte at the World Championship. Recently completed PBA Tour Finals, the first PBA Tour title awarded since the World Championship we called with Norm in Vegas, won by Belmo. Belmo is not here. Still not safe to travel from Australia for Jason Belmonte, but he's probably streaming it, despite the time change.
How are they that different?
Again for Tackett, 2-10 split.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, he made a ball change, and it didn't work. EJ is in big trouble, has no idea what his ball is going to do when it leaves his hand.
That's got to be a really tough feeling. Cross lane off the sidewall to the 10-pin, and it's a tremendous 2-10 split conversion. Here's Simonson, down 5 to take the lead, 8th frame.
A little better.
No strikes on this lane yet. Backup ball, yes! Takes care of business, and he's got a lead, Randy.
Crazy.
There's the golden head pin. Chance for a free game. Any bowler striking where the golden pin appears in the head pin spot. Everyone in America gets a free game of bowling courtesy of Go Bowling. This might get loud. I can't wait for Randy's reaction if he does it. Simo! Yeah!
More free bowling!
I don't mind giving away some free bowling. I got enough of it growing up.
Hey, Simo, you know how many friends you just made? Simo, you know how many friends you just made?
Hopefully a lot.
You have no idea, young man.
All the fans watching. Any player bowling strike with a gold head pin. Everyone in America receives that free game of bowling by going to GoBowling.com and registering for a Go Bowling Free America coupon. Tackett responds. It's been a tough night for EJ. 15-pin deficit.
If EJ strikes out in the 10th frame, he'll force Anthony Simonson to get the first strike in the 10th. Anything less, Simonson's going to bowl Norm Duke for the throne.
Tackett has struggled on the left lane until now. Good shot.
I believe that's his first strike on the left lane.
First strike on the left after Simonson has struggled on the right lane, and then used the backup ball to get his first strike on that lane. Only a 5-pin match as Norm watches as the current king of the lanes. So tonight in total, we've given away 4 free games of bowling to the entire nation. That's pretty awesome.
That's a lot of free games, Dave.
It's amazing. EJ Tackett. Tap in.
Dang it. Good shot, too. Simonson now will just need a mark and good count in the 10th frame.
Extreme disappointment for the star from Indiana, EJ Tackett.
Just took him too long to find something. Now, we've seen anything can happen with Simonson and the backup ball. I mean, who knows?
EJ did convert the spare, by the way, a moment ago.
Yeah.
Simonson stepping up, chance to wrap it up.
How impressive is that?
Ooh, that was an adventure, to say the least.
How about a
Anthony Simonson is going to advance here, Randy.
How about a backup ball at almost 20 miles an hour?
Oh,
With this type of accuracy.
the guy's amazing.
I don't know how you do this. Norm Duke, I know you're watching him do this, and right now he's plotting his course. Norm, what's your take on this two-handed backup ball stuff?
I'll tell you what, he never ceases to
Norm, you
amaze
like
me. I saw it coming a long time ago. I thought my perfect bowler was a two-hander that could go both ways, and he's the first one that actually does it with. I mean, he's devastating like that. So, hey, I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
I'm not worried about it.
So what do you have to do to beat this guy besides throw more strikes?
That's it. That's it.
You don't have a game? Yeah. Do you have a game plan?
Maybe yell in his swing or something.
Hey, Zymo! What? See, it worked.
Well, the match is at hand,
gonna go
so
to work,
we know
Randy.
Norm's just kind of kid around here. As the king will get ready to compete coming up, because Simonson has knocked off Tackett. An impressive win for Simonson, both with the two-handed regular delivery and the backup ball as well. Kimberly Pressler is getting ready. We're going to watch Simon one more time. Randy, that was impressive.
Yeah, I mean, Norm said it best. You saw it coming. Johnny Petraglia told me about 6 or 7 years ago that one of the two-handers were going to be able to throw backup balls and be unbeatable.
Simonson advances. Back to Kimberly Pressler.
Thanks, Dave. Well, it's actually time for Do You Know the Pros, sponsored by Go Bowling. So do you know which pro's mom actually broke his collarbone when he was just 14 years old? Was it Tommy Jones, Anthony Simonson, Wes Malott, or EJ Tackett? So you guys have got a couple minutes to think about it, and we'll give you that answer when we get back from the break.
And we saw what Norm Duke did on our last show when he took down his opponent, Walter Ray Williams Jr., and then Wes Malott, the reigning king. But, you know, like I said, he averaged over 255, and he proved that you can go a little bit straighter on this pattern and knock him down. So during the commercial break, Anthony Simonson walked over to the booth and said, I'm going back to the right-handed side of the lane, and I'm going to go straight like Norm Duke.
Do you agree with that strategy?
I don't know. I don't know, because I haven't seen anybody do that yet on tonight's pattern or on tonight's TV pair. The guys that we've just watched, all they do was curve it sideways, and then another, and then Simonson went to the backup ball.
Underway. Golden pin in the two-pin spot.
Jesus, did you just forget how to bowl between Sunday and Monday? Oh, pretty good.
Six-pin count with the regular two-handed style going to the 1-3 pocket.
Really good for 2 days.
So the tough part about the 3, 6, 9, 10 is this guy right here, that back pin, the 9 pin. You got to make sure that you drive the 3 into the 9, just like Simonson did there.
With
and
a
he made it
backup
perfect.
ball.
Yeah, with a backup ball.
This guy's a tremendous talent. All right, let's see how Norm responds. 56 years old. He's been on tour a lot longer than Simonson's been on this earth. 40-time PBA Tour titleist, Brooklyn Strife. This week, Fox Saturday Baseball is back. The Cubs clash with the Brewers at 1. The Dodgers battle the Giants at 4, and the Yankees face the World Series champion Nationals at 7. Celebrate the return of baseball with a special tripleheader Saturday only on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
You know, what's interesting is Anthony Simonson watched the King of the Lanes back in 2009 when Wes Malott did what he did, and Simonson was only 12. Here's Norm Duke at age 56, bowling against Norm Duke.
Avoids the double wood 2-8, just has the 2. Norm third all time behind Walter Ray Williams Jr. Beat him already in Jupiter at the King of the Lanes, and the late great Earl Anthony second with 43 titles. Two pin, no worries.
Need more water.
First became the youngest ever to win a major on tour at 19. Then at 22 years old became the youngest to win 2 major championships. Simonson, 4 pins, still up, pretty good shot.
Kind of liking the backup ball more now. The last 2 shots didn't really convince me that this was going to be better than what he had throwing it on the left side of the lane. And Norm Duke's first 2 shots didn't look great either. Duke goes Brooklyn and then light. Simonson, I mean, that was a little bit closer, but first shot was high on the left lane, and then he leaves a 4-pin there. So here's the telling shot, because he's going to make an adjustment off of the 3, 6, 9, 10. And if it goes light, he might go back to the backup ball.
Here at the same bowling center, Valera and Jupiter, runner-up to Kyle Troup, PBA Tour Finals in 2020. 2 major runner-ups as well behind Belmo, U.S. Open, World Championship. Look out.
What did I just say?
210 again.
Wow.
3, 6, 9, 10, and then he comes back with a 210. He might go to the backup ball.
Backup ball, can he do it again? Not this time. Open frame and a big opening on the bench for Norm Duke. Look at that. 14-pin lead with Simo's open.
Remember, folks, we did re-oil between shows. So it's not like they're bowling on what, you know, Norm beat Wes Malott on. They re-oiled, and this is the result. Holy cow, that was pretty straight there.
COVID-19 is limiting access to sports and play for millions of kids nationwide. That's why Fox Sports is teaming up with Good Sports to restore play and bring sports back to children in need through donations of brand new sports equipment. Learn how you can help keep kids in the game. Visit goodsports.org. Max numbers, there you see it. Chance for a big score for Norm. Fourth frame, we go up by 24 pins. Left lane, yeah. All 10 in the pit.
So now Norm Duke has taken his hand out of it. He's going with a frozen rope, that dead shot that he likes to pipe real straight up the lane. And he's doing it on both lanes in just about the same spot. Just in between second and third, second and third arrow. The one thing Simonson can't do is reduce his rev rate like Norm Duke can. I mean, Norm could get it to where you can count how many times it's rotating.
Well, we'll go with the only thing I threw my 2 strikes with.
A memorable win for Belmonte with his family in attendance from Australia.
There's the backup ball.
Backup ball, right back to it. And knocks all 10 back in the pit. The 1-2 pocket for the righty with a backup ball.
Well, just like I figured when he made the move on the left lane and went light after going high, and you come back scratching your head, I had a feeling he'd go back to the backup ball. We need something to get us going here. We need some more free bowling.
Got to get that gold pin to head pin position, because you're getting text messages, DMs from people all over the nation about these free games. Courtesy of Go Bowling. 6 pin. No crowd in attendance here tonight. Safety first on the PBA tour. And opposite FS1.
Hey, Simon, what's going on with that pair? I mean, they look brutal.
I think me and EJ showed why when league bowlers get upset that their teammates start at 20 or 25. We just didn't really develop anything to the right side of the lane, so the fronts are kind of gross and there's no help down the lane.
Basically what they're saying is that the way they broke the lanes down in practice in their first game is why the lanes are as bad as they are. Think about how high the scores were with Duke and Walter Ray, because Duke and Walter Ray broke the lanes down differently. They played in a different spot on the lane. They stayed farther right, and they really wore a nice track right where you want it, and then just migrated left off of that. Whereas EJ and Simonson started too far towards the center part of the lane. They beat the middle part of the lane up. The outside part of the lane became slick, and the end result is what you see.
King Norm Duke has a 10 pin after a ringing 10 and a really good first shot. He wanted that one.
Hey, you know what? I got something for you when we go to break.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
7th best all time on that vote. You're on the list too, Randy. It's awesome.
Which one?
Top 50.
Oh, yeah, I made
time.
that list. That was fun.
Pretty cool.
How many free games of bowling do we have?
4 so far.
Okay.
Norm Duke, really high shot. Could have been a lot worse.
Could have been.
And the 6-10 still up for Norm.
You can see right here, folks, that red line is inside the last shot that he threw on that line. There are 4 free games. Tell him to tell him to come see me. He'll take good care of him.
Welcome back, Valero, Jupiter, Florida. PBA King of the Lanes rolling on. Live coverage here on FS1. Dave Ryan alongside the Hall of Famer Randy Peterson and Kimberly Pressler as well.
Simon's switching to urethane now. He's going to try to go as straight as possible.
6 frame down, 21 works on a spare. Yes.
Basically what he's trying to do by going to that piece of equipment is replicate what Norm Duke is doing. Hey, you know, when we went to the break, I got a buddy, he's got a bowling center up in Bangor, Maine. His name is Len Cole. Go see him. Go redeem some free bowling, folks.
4 games, maybe more, coming up tonight. A total of 6 shows. We could have a lot of free games over the next 3 nights here in Jupiter, Florida. King or queen of the lanes? But all the dust settles. Only one king or queen will remain.
Get lucky.
Simonson wanted it to be lucky, ringing 10 pin.
I knew I should have moved on this lane, too. You literally bowled on this pair more than anybody. You know what that lane does in comparison to that lane.
Nice shot here, and that just mirrored the shot that Norm Duke threw on that left lane, and boy, he liked it, and that ringing 10 was kind of unfair.
Hit the pocket 2 times in a row, so that's a bonus.
Those are great shots right there, man.
Things looking very good for Norm Duke here. 21 pin lead. 2 titles last year. We talked about the quad injury that sidelined him basically for this entire 2020 season before the coronavirus took over. 7-pin stands there. Norm, as he told us this week, working out hard, was ready for this event, missed the competition, and he's showing up tonight, to be sure.
Let's have a commercial.
Just amazing. You know, Tom Doherty sent me a text saying it's just amazing how different the lanes play when we watched what Norm and Walter Ray did and how they basically broke the pair down. You break the oil pattern down a certain way so that you create more room to the pocket, or you can destroy them by playing the wrong part of the lane. And you heard Simonson say it when I asked him. He said, yeah, well, you know, we started too far left, and that's what ends up happening. And it happens a lot at regular tour events.
8th frame for King Duke, but look out.
So you went washout, and you can see that the red line is definitely farther right. And look at the breakpoint numbers right there. And the way he's throwing it out of his hand, that ball had no chance to hook.
1, 2, 4, 10, washout. Tough conversion here for Normie.
Get it here, cut it into the 10.
Big challenge on the spare. He needs it. Gets it.
Great shot, Norm.
What a spare conversion on the washout from Norm Duke. He wants to remain the king, the Duke of bowling.
Well, just like I drew it up, Norm Duke slides the head pin into the 10 pin and maintains a 16-pin lead.
Come on, man.
4-pin for Simonson. Takes the earpiece out, a little frustrated. Not been his match, to be sure, after knocking off Tackett.
No, he's not mad at me. That's not why he ripped it out of his ear.
Nothing to do with you, Randy. Don't worry. Single pin spare conversion has his mark. Head to PBA.com to sign up for PBA emails. Receive up-to-date announcements, tour dates, and schedules from the PBA. Sign up today on PBA.com. Those emails will notify you about the king of the lanes and how Norm Duke is hoping to keep the throne. Didn't like it at all, but look at that.
All right.
Oh. Yeah, and that just makes zero sense because he hated it. And you could hear him say that's the worst one yet.
It was a great shot,
and it's high flush and 10 back. Watch his reaction immediately. And it's almost like, yeah, that figures. I threw what I thought was an errant shot that hooks up and goes high flush. All right, max score for Simonson, 205. Right now, Norm Duke is at 202. That's trouble. That's a huge break.
Really high shot. Could have been the big 4. Could have been a lot of work to do for Norm in just a 6-pin.
Right now, Norm Duke's struggling with accuracy.
Come on. Squared up.
I think that's the residue of the shot before when he went right of target and left the washout. It's such a huge tendency for players to just overcompensate after a bad shot.
Take.
More great action coming away tomorrow, 7 Eastern, different start time to begin our King of the Lanes broadcast. 2 shows tomorrow night as well, back-to-back. O'Neill Rash, the Contenders match, to take on the winner of this one, which, if things hold up, will be Norm Duke. He's trying to put this one away.
What? Yeah, no doubt.
2 strikes and 6, and Norm Duke will remain your leader.
And your king, sir.
the leader of your kingdom. Yes.
Possibly the first one here. No.
Simonson still has
That's a lot of nine.
life. Norm Duke now with a spare and a strike will shoot 200 on the nose. Simonson can still shoot 205. All coming down to the 10th frame to see if the Duke retains his throne or if he's dethroned by Simonson.
Throne empty for now. Here's the crown. One of these two great bowlers will be sitting in the throne and wear the royal robes. Crown and scepter soon. Who's going to be ready?
I don't know. I mean, Simonson has a pretty decent look now with the urethane, but I mean, Simonson kind of looks like a guy who could be the king of like a woodland group. You know, Simonson needs a double, and I think, let's see, a double in 5.
I just play the piano.
Needs a double in 8.
Goes down the middle on his last ball. 198 for Norm Duke. So here comes Anthony Simonson.
2 and 4. Not great at math tonight.
Simonson needs it. Simonson doesn't get it. 4-pin wiggles and stands. And Norm Duke is going to win this one and remain king of the lanes.
Go figure. I mean, two of the most powerful players on the PBA Tour can't take down that guy.
I'm glad you thought that was good. Because I did not think that was very good.
Really?
I should practice, Norm. I ain't bold. Probably what I should go home and do. Probably practice a little bit.
56-year-old Norm Duke, 38th year on tour.
All right, Norman.
40 titles and 7 majors.
Thank you, my man.
The air elbow, safety first here. Norm's gonna hustle over to the throne. He retains the crown as the king of the lanes.
Out there in TV land, I get to come back.
Way to go, Norm Duke. The Duke of Bowling is also the king of the lanes tonight here in Jupiter, Florida.
Marvelous.
Let's go back to Kimberly with the king, Norm Duke.
Thanks, Dave. So, Norm, you know, you walk away with the win tonight, but Randy said earlier that he thought that you struggled with accuracy a little bit. So how fair is that statement?
Well, I was either missing what I was looking or I was looking in the wrong spots. Now, I'll tell you, they got hard. They got so hard that anytime you miss a little bit right, it'll miss the head pin. So I was trying to keep it on that head pin because I'm throwing heat, and a lot of times you can get away with it head on. But look, if I pure it, I knew I could hit the pocket, and I didn't. But,
But
I'm still the king.
You still are the king.
I can anoint you anytime.
That's right. You still are the king. So you successfully defended your crown, and you did it against, you know, someone you said was younger than your own son. What's that feel like?
I tell you what, I love these guys, and they're so good to me. They treat me just like I am a king, and I'm not. But I love them to death. And Anthony, not only is he a great player, he's going to win a lot of majors. Tackett as well. They're both great. So for me to be here after those two, hey, I'm all right with that.
Well, enjoy the throne, enjoy the crown, and we will see you back tomorrow.
Thank you, Kimberly.
All right, guys, thank you. PBA King of the Lanes continues tomorrow night at 7 Eastern right here on FS1. Simonson beat Tackett, and then Norm Duke takes down the two-handed Texan, 198-185 to remain King of the Lanes. Now for Randy Peterson and Kimberly Pressler, it's Dave Ryan saying so long from Bolero in Jupiter, Florida. Bowling